in Section 7 to remove the weapons. The Vietnamese are saying they had no weapons in the section, and I think that this is a difficult point. CSD are saying that they found these weapons in the section. Vietnamese are saying adamantly they did not have these weapons there. Where did they come from?
Second part of the question, the repatriation policy, which you would...
That's hard.
endorse or oppose.
Well, in the wake of this event, I think that Mr. Brooke already mentioned that the people, I think, in Section 7 should be from a lot of the frustration of the demonstrations. That's the key point. Is people don't feel like they ever got a fair shake. They don't feel like they ever got to tell their story. Even if they're not a true refugee, no one listened to them. No one's ever listened to them. I think that's where we see a lot of this coming from, and results like what happened at Whitehead.
Howard?
Clarification I wish to ask Mr. Stewart. One is, unless I did not hear it correctly, I think Mr. Stewart said earlier on that the informers in the camp were removed by the Vietnamese. Did I hear incorrectly? I mean, how many informers were there, and how were they removed, and where are they now?
When I say they removed the Vietnamese would have gone to the CSD and said, look, we don't want to live with these people anymore, which is quite common in the camps, that for personal reasons or whatever, people find it very difficult to live in a closed environment behind the barbed wire in a small hut with 130 people in a hut. With people who are known to give information to the CSD, and you have to remember that these people have been through two fairly similar situations before, in 1989 after the screening protests, and again last year in 1993 in May 93 when they were removed from Section 1. A lot of these people are similar people, are the same people from Section 1, probably 2/3 of this section. They know exactly in the section who are the people who give information to the CSD. The Chinese translators for the CSD who live in the section. Obviously, it's in their own interests, for whatever reasons, to be giving information to the CSD. There is a reward system in operation in the camp whereby people will either get clothes, cigarettes, money, or favors for passing information. Now, the Vietnamese are very aware of this and would have gone to the CSD, and I'm sure it would be on the CSD records, the numbers and exactly who, and asked for at least one and probably more of these people to be removed to another section.
If they were asked politely and the CSD did not remove them, it must have been something that induced the CSD to remove them.
It would have been made very difficult for these people to continue living in the section.
They would have been under some sort of threat then, if they were not removed.
I wouldn't like to use the word threat, but it would have been made
They wouldn't
difficult.
feel comfortable. The second point of clarification is okay, I think I'll drop that one.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm sorry we are running out of time. Thank you for coming in this morning, and we will certainly think about the points that you put forward.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you. Members, we are overrunning, so I would appreciate it if you could keep your questions very, very short. Now, would you perhaps like to keep your representation as short as possible and keep it relevant to the particular incident?
See, because this time, the incident is kind of heightened our attention. So, because we have been offering help over the years, since the first incident of protests or commit suicide worldwide in different camps, slowly so we can find a third country, maybe a cheaper country so we can afford to bring them there and take care of them and train them until they become useful citizens for the world.
As far as this particular incident is concerned, which took place on the 7th of April, do you have any specific views that you want to put forward relating to this particular incident? And have you been in touch with the government to offer an assistance?
Yes, ma'am. We had written to the government and the UNHCR as well as some those concerned in this matter, expressing our view that we could not understand this. This now doesn't concern the Vietnamese refugees alone, because as far as I'm concerned, even if they go back to Vietnam, I don't think that it could get treated worse. So, it doesn't concern, it concerns as much the Vietnamese refugees, but not as relevant as it concerns our reputation as a free world. We spend thousands and billions of dollars to fight the communism. We say they are not, suitable for our world, and yet we send these people, our comrades, who has the same ideal, who just ask for freedom, who run to our feet for refuge, for protection, and we treat them like enemies. And why is that? This is our reputation, the free world, not the Vietnamese refugees. They are poor, they're helpless, they're already, I don't think the government think of them as human beings anymore. So we don't need to even talk about them, but talk about us. How would we face our conscience? How would we answer to the whole world? What kind of treatment, what kind of civilization people who can do this to children and women even? In Philippines, they use water to spray the people, but they don't use mace and tear gas to make people swollen and blood coming out from their mouth and nose and their eyes like this. You see?
Do you have any information, direct information from those people?
You mean related to this incident? Oh yes, we have a lot of asking for help, but I don't want to waste your time. We can send it to you if you want.
Any questions? Why?
我都問下佢係咪即係而家話攞筆錢出嚟，想幫啲完全冇條件係咪咁樣？即係講得到之後，好似俾我聽到係咁上下。
Yes, we still insist that.
佢即係先攞出嚟俾我哋政府定係攞出嚟點樣？佢點解俾呢啲錢啫？
What exactly are you proposing?
Yes, we proposed, first, I wrote a letter to the governor, and you can have this later in English. First point, we have two alternatives. You see, first, if we will take care of them until they leave Hong Kong by themselves to Vietnam, or another country accept them, whether or not. You see, if they want to go back to Vietnam, we take care until then, because we learned that because of having financial difficulty or something that people don't want to take care of them anymore. So we said, okay, then we take care of them until they leave, or another country accept them. Or second, if the government of Hong Kong and the people of Hong Kong are so generous and compassionate, and take care and let them stay here as the refugees or citizens, then we also bring experts and money to train them to become a good, useful citizen of Hong Kong. And if the government wants to do it, we give the money to the government. If the UNHCR do it, we give money to the UNHCR. We don't need to put our name in this operation, even nothing. As long as the refugees are treated fairly and humanly, we're willing to give money to whatever the government appointed committee. Yes, that's so.
我喺嗰個問題提出咧，譬如話佢剛才你講過咧，就係話即使佢哋翻嚟咧，你哋都係即係只要佢哋係受人道，即係之前嘅年代咧，就自己筆錢啦。但係個問題就即係據我理解咧，就係即係佢哋就係即係好反對翻嚟，咁佢哋咧想去即係一啲第二、第三種嘅地方。咁而家個問題就係即係。個情況就係，咁啲實際上就係可能有好大嘅困難，就係揾到第三個地方。咁其實我想問你哋，你哋本身有冇你哋會員組織有冇嘗試去幫佢哋做過呢方面？當然我唔係話呢個係一個好統嘅架子啦嚇。咁但係咧就即係當政府做人政府另外一個。
And there again, and failed because the new prime minister, I don't know, because the hurricane and many other political reasons, they did not want to talk about that anymore. You see, maybe some third party in between already talked about that and talk them out. I don't know. I don't know what this is. The problem that make a new prime minister do not agree with the old prime minister project. It's supposed to be one government, one people. Now, for me, a private citizen, as a small organization, to see a prime minister of any country is a big deal. It's a kind of sweat and tears and a lot of money involved in airplanes and manpower and negotiation, lobbying. And now they send me back and forth 2 times. How can we do it again? And we're going to another country. You see, another country, now another country try to accept the Vietnamese refugees. But we still have not yet the documents, so we dare not tell you. So later if we have, we tell you. And I wrote to the governor, last week, to ask him, now a country want to accept the Vietnamese refugees, and 500 at the first time. Can you advise me how to take these people out? And he did not answer me yet.
主席，但係我想唔知你哋會有冇考慮過咧？一旦即使呢個計劃如果真係俾成功地有數百人或者甚至全部去到一個地方，如果呢個消息係得到港府同意，譬如話啦你有冇擔心過將會吸引更多嘅船民呢？或者佢可能係難民，可能船民啦唔知道就係會湧出越南。
對唔住，我真係因為時間嘅關係咧，我唔想繼續呢一個嘅 discussion， 或者我哋另外揾個時間再傾呢樣嘢。不過我哋想翻去嗰個4月7號 ，we want to return to the 7th of April incident. Emily, is your question on that?
Not exactly, Madam Chairman, but it's arising from something that we were told about them preparing to take care of the Vietnamese until they leave. And this donation of $5 to $6 million. So are you proposing to take care of, what, over 1,000 people for God knows how many months and years?
Yes.
You have the accommodation to look after them in Hong Kong?
Yes.
And that would, of course, exceed $5 to $6 million US dollars.
Yes. Of course, if you think, if you look down upon our amount, which is small compared to the government or other budget, of course, but then just let us take care as much as we can on our budget, you see, and we have a flow-in of $300,000 to $500,000 cash every month to the government. Not only the $5 million, this is what we have right now, you see, but if you accept, every month we flow more extra from this $5 million, and if we take this money to another a little bit underdeveloped country, it's a lot of money, and we can take care of whole of the refugees, really. Just give us time, and that's all we ask.
I think what we'll do is we'll put this to the administration, either today or at a later date, because it does involve a wider issue. We are here to look at the 7th of April incident. Well, yes. Please.
Yes, I answered briefly the question of the gentleman.
Yes, please.
You see, I also consider the question you said very, very, very seriously. That's why we didn't make a lot of noise, or we didn't try to tell the people about this, because we're afraid this too. And I consider the position, the difficulty of the government and the United Nations about this, you see. That's why we do it underground quietly. Not even press or nothing, up to lately. You see, only lately, I'm impressed to do it because of the incident. Now, but the question is, the people don't want to go back to Vietnam and they kill themselves here. So what shall I do? I would rather also let go to Vietnam because they already treated the worst here. I cannot imagine worse than in Vietnam. So if okay, they go home. It could be like that only. Jail and, oppression and beating and nothing else. But they don't go. So it's up to you to decide what I can help you. Not that I force the issues upon any government, or it is just my brothers and sisters, and I'm just a humanitarian. There's no religious, no political. I can take out my name completely of this. I give money to you or whomever you appointed, you are trusted to do this operation. We disappear completely. And whatever you ask of us, we would do it.
Yes, we understand what you're saying. We'll certainly put that to the administration and see how they respond to that. Any help should somehow be appreciated. So if there's nothing on that incident, if you forgive me, I have to draw this to a close because
there's so many about beating and all this you have already, so we don't need to.
Well, if you have copies of letters that you would like us to have. I
Yes,
think
yes.
that would be helpful.
Yes, sure.
Okay.
We'll copy and give to you if you let us know where and what you need.
Right.
See, there are many genuine letters. When you read it, you know it's true.
Yeah.
Because the people who, you can see from the writing. Beating and senseless beating.
Yeah, okay. We would appreciate your copying of those letters.
Yeah, sure.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you too. Thank you for being so kind.
Thank you.
I hope you really consider our offer.
Well,
Do
we-
anything to help.
We
You know,
will
not-
certainly discuss it with the administration.
Not only have the Vietnamese refugees, but also the reputation of the free world. They come to us for protection and help.
Yeah, yeah.
We can't treat them like this.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Will be protected. Well, the names of the people. Yeah.
Yes, if you
And
wish
also
them
writer.
to be confidential,
Confidential.
they will be confidential.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you very much.